Last time on Trials of Mana. I mean, I wouldn't be laughing, Dark Lich. I'd hate to be stabbed by one of those things.
I know, those look intense. See, now my brain is just whirling with, aesthetics of different types of weapons. Mm-hmm. So,
Episode 38, Master Grand Croix. Alright, pups, we're back with Trials of Mana, and we're in the post-game now.
Yeah!
Yep, we completed the main story. Now it's time to do the post-game. And this is blind for me.
Yeah.
Neither of us have done the post-game before.
I started
I've heard about it. I knew it existed.
And I made it to, the library.
Okay.
So, not very far.
But, post-games can always go any which way. It's just oh, cool, it adds to the story. Or it has, a nice epilogue.
Yeah.
And other times it's just we have some extra secrets and extra bosses. And it's just alright.
Yeah.
Why not? And then others are kind of like the Hat in Time, where it's oh, hey,
yeah, where it's just kind of hey,
challenges
do
without
this
getting
again.
hit.
Yeah. Hey, I bet that big glowing book.
This looks important.
That's the type of hint that I need.
Oh, one of these books are glowing.
It's all it's like that in Scooby-Doo. Whenever it's I wonder which one of these books opens up the passage. Gee, the one that's not painted into the background?
Yeah, the one that they actually designed on top.
I cannot feel the presence of the goddess of mana. Oh no.
So yeah, this post-game introduces some new characters who apparently tie into other games of the Mana series.
Okay.
Alright, so new story unlocked. Journey will return before the party challenges Dark Lich. Head to the Royal Library in Valsena. Alrighty then.
I love the Lich.
In general, or just this Lich?
As a creature.
I really like the Lich from Adventure Time.
Oh my god, it's such a good character.
He's voiced by Ron Goddamn Perlman.
So good.
Aren't you cold? Aren't you cold, Finn?
There's an episode where the Lich and Sweet Pea, who's a giant baby man, are talking in unison, and it's so creepy. It's so good.
Alrighty. So now the entire world is our oyster. That's one of the neatest things about post games. Unfortunately, this doesn't show the rebuilding of the world that some post games do. Some great RPGs, there's an epilogue where you see the heroes take back the world.
Okay.
We're rebuilding. Look at all the things we've done.
Yeah.
One of the Wild Arms games does that, where you get to explore some of the beginning villages and there's soldiers helping rebuild the town.
Okay.
And everyone has to say goodbye. It's just hey, I got to do my part now and keep this going. We've sprouted the seeds of the future, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
And now we have to do our part to make sure that those bad things don't happen again. It's a nice parallel between a world in suffering and a world at peace.
Yeah.
Instead of just the credits, you actually get to see that world at peace and then do the send-off before the credits roll, which is nice. That's a really good epilogue. Some other really cool epilogues that I like. I won't spoil what does them, but they do. Do you remember Kung Fu Panda 2?
Yeah.
How at the very end, even when they beat the bad guy, he has the chance to show remorse, but he's nah.
Yeah.
Screw it. There is that where in the epilogue you find the villain and he has nothing left, but he's just all I have left is to kill you because you took away everything.
Okay.
So there's one more battle, and it's not supposed to be a difficult battle. It's supposed to be a story battle of this is the desperation that the villain's lost everything, but still will not accept defeat until you kill them. So there's some games that do that as well. Those are nice post games to where they're epilogues to the story.
Yeah.
They add a nice ribbon to them. And then you got the post games that are just hey, do the game again, or the entire world is open to you. Have fun.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it just depends on the game. Kevin's wish I knew how to read.
Does this mean
If those kids could read, they'd be very upset right now.
Shit, I can't read.
Charlotte's like, neither can I! Reese is like, give me the book.
Give me the damn book.
Your world is in grave danger, and that danger's name is...
So here we go. Annis the Witch.
Annis the Witch has been
She is the
revived.
evil that has been revived. The true evil.
Dun, dun, dun. I love witches.
Well, originally I thought that this post-game was what happens when you complete all 3 stories, giving you an incentive to complete every character's story.
Oh.
And destroy this world.
So it's like, you defeat the Dark Lich, you defeat the Dragon Lord, you defeat the, I think it's like Archdemon or Dark Majesty.
Okay.
Excuse me. And then when you have all 3 of them beaten, you unlock the post-game.
I feel like that
Because
would be
this
a
entire-
lot.
That is true. But this
So
entire
unless-
feature was not in the original.
Okay.
There was no post-game.
So I was going to say, unless they did something,
So this is entirely exclusive
Which-
to the remake.
which I feel like would be a lot of extra work, but unless they did like a short campaign,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So it's like, instead of redoing the entire game again, to have like a short and condensed version if you wanted to play with the other characters,
Gotcha.
and more to like playing what's different about their campaign rather
Okay.
than going through the whole game again. Because it's like, what, almost 30 hours?
It's close to 30 hours, yeah.
So,
Because there's a
I mean,
Kingdom Hearts
you'd
game
be-
like that I'm very middled with.
Yeah,
where you have
you'd-
like
You'd be dropping like
3
100
story
hours into a
campaigns,
game. You know, that's...
and I think each campaign is like 10 to 12 hours long, and then after you complete all 3 campaigns, you get an epilogue.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot. Because I really love how there are differences depending on which party you pick, but so much of the game is still
Pretty the same.
the same.
Yeah.
This ribbon belonged to my mother. Could it be what I need for class 4?
So everyone has to find a specific item to unlock Class 4. An item tied to their heritage.
I suppose
Oh.
it is not.
Goodbye, Carl!
Let us go to Laurent and see what we may find.
It's a little more abstract than that.
I'm sure. I just picture Kevin being like, "No, I just got it back."
All right, so we can do the class items in any order,
That hold meaning.
but we have to do one for Reese, one for Charlotte, and one for Kevin.
Okay.
Oh, there's a treasure chest I missed here. I guess we can do it because we're here right now. Why not?
So I'm not sure if our viewers have watched some of the fast painting videos.
Okay.
But I did buy little tiny canvases. They're like 4x2 or something, 4 inches by 2 inches.
Yeah.
To do the spirits of mana, like all of the spirits.
All the mana spirits,
Yeah.
yeah. Would
I'm
you
pretty
want to do
excited.
all of them in one video, you think?
I don't know. I don't know how I want to paint them. If I want to use acrylic, if I want to use watercolor,
Gotcha.
or if I want to use marker.
Okay.
Because I just bought markers that I'm itching to try out.
Well, all right.
So,
Yeah, there is always that.
or a combination
Oh, yeah?
to give it some depth.
That'd
Maybe
be
do
neat.
like some watercolor backgrounds with marker and then acrylic accents. Because I can probably get a sharper, nicer line in acrylics than I can in a marker.
Now, did you want to do them all as like a group or just separate?
It depends on how long they take me. I was going to
Okay.
try and do one without filming to see
How it turns
how
out.
long it takes.
Okay.
Because typically these mini paintings, the 8x10s, take me roughly an hour.
Yeah.
To
and then you
paint
speed
one.
them up to like
10 minutes.
15, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Some of the more intricate ones take a little longer.
Okay.
But those ones I didn't film. So I think I have the 3 My Hero Academia paintings, and I tried to film 2 of them, and the camera died.
Oh.
So they're stuck on the camera.
Gotcha.
But
Flowerberg Dior. So that's probably Charlotte's. Excuse me.
pardon.
That's Kevin's. I believe the Kingdom of Laurent is this way. Yes, Kingdom of Wind.
Yay.
We'll do Reese's first. Then we'll do Charlotte, and we'll top it off with Kevin. He'll be a nice bookend.
Yeah.
I agree.
Be sure to think it through before you switch your classes.
Listen, I'm very committed. I'm just like, this is the class we're choosing.
I choose them based on costumes.
I mean, that is a way to do it. I look at stats and stuff, but also with the female characters, I'm just like, which one will she not complain about?
Yeah. I mean...
But also, like, which is more suiting for their character?
Yeah.
Well, what I found out is that Class 4, you don't really have an option. Like, depending on, like, the classes you've chosen previously, they lead up to that final class. Because
Gotcha.
I looked into it, because I'm just like, no, I thought there was a lot more to Class 4. I looked into it, and it's just like, what you chose for the previous classes leads up to the final class. So, like, Class 4 is, like, the final evolution of the classes you've been choosing up to this point.
Yeah. Because I tend to like the darker classes. For their power traits.
Makes sense.
But...
I went with light with Reese, and I think dark with the other two.
Yeah, sometimes their costumes, I'm just like, why? Why are they naked?
Angela's is the worst, but Reese's is pretty bad as well.
I know.
When you go full dark.
Angela, it's like, why not just give her little pasties?
I think they were trying that,
Like,
but one of the executives said, listen, I don't think we can allow going that far.
Let's make everything in this game adorable and attractive to children, and then put the lead female in nighty.
Good instincts. You will wait to come back.
Because most of Reese's costumes are really cute.
Like, they're very Valkyrian.
Well, not only that, like, they're feminine, but they have, I don't want to say modesty because, I mean, like the slits in her skirts and stuff, but
right.
They do have an air of modesty without being like, here's a tunic.
Gotcha.
I think out of all of the costumes I've seen of hers, there's only two where I'm like, really? Really? That's what you're gonna... Really? Okay.
Is the one with the wolf fur?
Yeah. I think I
don't recall the other one. Like, the one with the wolf fur, I'm just like, I don't see Reese when I see that outfit.
Yeah. That's like Reese trying to appease Kevin's family.
Yeah. Which, like, there's no shipment of her with Kevin at all. If anything, like, there's kind of, like, shipping of her and Hawkeye.
Yeah, I could see, like, her and Hawkeye, Angela and Duran.
Mm-hmm.
I don't picture Kevin or Charlotte being shipped with anyone.
They're
children, yeah.
Yes.
They're still kids.
Kevin shipped with his responsibilities.
Yeah. It's Kevin and Carl.
They hammer that shit home. Oh, there's another little cactus here.
Little cactus.
And another treasure box.
Ooh.
And that star is our destination. Alrighty then.
Just give me 1 second.
I feel like Wesker just went downstairs and he's like, oh, you guys had tacos without me?
It's Taco Monday. Oh, we fucked that up.
Yeah, we're a little early. I know you said tacos and my brain just went.
So I'm revisiting all these areas and I can like one-shot the enemies. It's cool to be like, haha, you used to be difficult. Now you're not. But it's also like, yeah, what's the point? Come on, get going.
Yeah, it's...
I think you get a total of like 50 XP. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through.
See, I feel like it doesn't seem like a lot, but like how many enemies are there where it's like you get to one-shot them, even if it's only 50 XP, but you're doing it how many times? Times 50?
Well, imagine older RPGs where you standard had to go into like, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, you're in battle, you had to fight, and then get a victory. Because turn-based. Like, that's how RPGs used to be. They really cut a lot of that down.
Yeah.
Father's crowning ceremony took place here, but
He's
right.
hoofing it back up the steps.
Sphere B.
Okay, so each of the class items is guarded by a special boss.
That big shadow is getting.
So this is Reese's guardian.
I cannot believe this is happening.
She's a bee lady. Her hat blinks.
Time Sphere was the pride of my kingdom and my father. I will not give in.
So is the stinger bomb like a tumor? Or is it a part of a costume?
She's not a Thuma. Okay, this is Emprebe, the Empress Bee.
I swear.
And she's actually pretty tough, especially if you have her minions overwhelm you.
Oh.
She's at level 65, and we're only at level 63. These are
Okay.
pretty tough bosses. So yeah. Do your best. My strategy is to take out the smaller bees first. And this is the strategy that I develop on the fly because I'm just like, oh, this is blind. I didn't practice. Well, here we go. I do like that one of her skills is called Summon Baby.
Summon baby.
It's probably like BB, but it's spelled like Baby.
Baby.
Summon Baby.
There's an episode of Adventure Time where BMO goes like film noir with his own little story. And
See, Summon Baby.
one of the characters' names is Baby. It was Baby.
That is my least favorite attack. She has like a dragon
Yeah, it's
fury
really
or
cool,
something,
though.
and it shoots all over the place. And you're basically like, stop, drop, roll, stop, drop, roll. See, Summon Baby. And I'm not trying to escape, it's just I only have this small little area, so I'm trying to get out of the way, and I end up going to the edge of the arena. So it's like, you can't escape. I'm just like, no, I'm not trying to escape, honestly. I'm standing and fighting.
Stand and fight.
Oh, I think what I really hate is when I'm trying to do my special moves, that they're still
And they
attacking and,
move?
killing. Well, yeah, there's that. But they also kill my allies.
I do that in Ys. I'll like get to the point where I can like power move, and then the enemy moves over. So it has like little cutscenes and pictures and stuff that's really intense for the like super moves. And then they fight nothing.
So they're just like swatting at nothing.
Yeah. And you have like all of the animations that are really cool, and that just no one takes damage.
It's just like, well, that was a waste of MP. Oh, well. All right, I think that's the last of the little bees. Now to take on the queen herself.
Queen Bee. The Empress Bee.
Yep. Emprebe. Uh-oh. Damn. She's quick and she can deal quite a bit of damage.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be healing quite a bit. So all those items that I've been conserving,
Yeah.
time to put them to
Here
good
we
use.
go. She's like, you can't escape me.
But that's another thing about post games. Like, they're known for difficulty spikes. It's like, okay, you beat the game, so we're just going to ramp up the difficulty to make it a challenge. To be
Yeah.
like, oh, you want more? Fine. So, like, they'll make bosses, like, ridiculously hard compared to the main story. To the point where it's just like, you're harder than the final boss.
Yeah.
Like, I was plowing through that Dark Lich, and this lady's giving me trouble. Behold, I am a god! And Prebe is like, bitch, please.
She was like, yeah, but I have a stinger.
I can one-hit KO this party with my Dragon Rend. Damn.
Oh my gosh. I just finished a book series, and I have to say, I feel like I'm going to have to find another book that I'm going to have a book hangover.
Why is that?
Because it was just so good.
Okay.
And a lot of the time whenever I read books that I'm like obsessed with, that I really love, it's hard to read another book after.
Okay. I get that feeling with games sometimes, to where it's like there's a sadness that I'll never play this game again for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I was like this with Xenoblade Chronicles. I was like, wow, what an experience. And I
Yeah.
will never have it again. But they're still fun to be had because you get to pick up on all the nuances and foreshadowing of the twist that came later.
Yeah.
It's just like, wow, how did I miss that?
Right. I don't know, like, because it was a trilogy. It's called the Poppy Wars trilogy.
Okay.
And it's like a loosely based historical fiction on like the Opium Wars in China.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And like everything is set up so that it's very like ancient China where they have like the Dragon Province and the Rooster Province and Dog Province. Like,
oh, cool.
So everything is set up in like different provinces and they're run by a warlord. Mm-hmm. So, and it's like the Empress and all her warlords and everything trying to control this country. And then there's the West where they're like far more advanced, quote unquote advanced. Got too excited.
I had those moments. A little
But,
bit
like-
of taco chip choked you.
I would sell my soul, Satan, for one corn chip.
You all right?
yeah.
Need a sippy?
I might get a sippy.
You got a sip of soda? I got water down here.
And I have a bottle of water on my desk, too.
All right.
But anyway, like, this girl wants to get out of a bad situation at home. She was adopted. Her stepfamily is really hard on her. She's, like, trading opium, which she doesn't want to do. Mm-hmm. And so she, like, decides that she's going to go to school.
Okay.
Which is really difficult. She's poor, so she's not educated. And so she studies really hard and gets into basically like the war school to learn how to become a warrior. So, and then she like starts to fight the opium wars. Mm-hmm. And it's just really well done. And they put a big like fantasy spin on it by bringing in like ancient gods.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Hey.
Oh, Luna.
But yeah, it was really, really good.
Okay.
I think I bullied a girl into buying it.
Oh my.
I was like going to lunch and I saw her like holding the first book and I was like, oh my god, it's so good, you have to get it. She goes, oh, is it? And I'm like, yes, buy it. And then I went back and the book was gone and I was like, oh, I think I just bullied a girl into buying that book.
I mean, at least you succeeded. When people do that to me, I do the opposite just to spite them. I'm like, oh yeah? Well, I'll wait.
So normally when I read a book, I can like say a little bit about it to like help someone decide if they want to buy it or not. If it's a book I really love, I have no words for it, which is unfortunate. I'm just like, it's just so good. You just get it. You have to. Like, okay, that does not tell me what this book is about at all. Mm-hmm. It's just angrily being
showing
stuttering.
your passion.
Like,
It must have been protecting the kind sphere.
it's absurd, but it's so good. So anyone watching, go read it.
I regret our violent
All right, then.
actions.
So good.
That was our suggestion from Pupcorn.
I know, I thought about doing a book review on it.
Yeah?
You gotta check
I mean, you can go for it.
the kind sphere.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't own the books, though. I borrowed them from the library.
Borrow them again.
Yeah.
But you've read it twice. It's my favorite one. If you like it so much, it's yours.
Oh my god, could you imagine if, like, the library did that? If I walked in and was just, like, hugging these books and they're like, you can't just keep them.
If they do that, be like, you're going out of business, aren't you?
Yeah. Sometimes they do have sales, though, for some of the books that are older, don't get, you know, taken out as much, or if they're damaged or whatever, they'll have, like, a library sale where you can buy books for, like, $1.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Look, it's Reese's parents.
Responsibility for a child.
Adorbs. Is he still blind?
I don't know.
How terrible would that be that even after he died, he still had to be blind?
His model looks blind, but like, I don't think they are going to focus on it. I think he's just like, hey,
No,
I'm still the king.
there is nothing to forgive.
It's good to be the king.
I have not once regretted my choices.
So yeah,
I see.
there we go.
Sorry, I
You
just
can
like
see.
I just like reaction style slapped you.
Yes, you did. I was just like, what the hell? All right. So now they'll be gone, but don't worry, they won't die. They'll pass away.
Do not worry, Father.
All right, so there we go. We got the kind sphere.
We'll continue
So now we can unlock her
our memories.
class for.
both as
But
your
I'll let you know
daughter
ahead of time. I didn't exactly know how to unlock them, so I do that later after I get all 3.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm just like, oh, so do I unlock it now? Here? No?
Can I do it now? Should I do it now?
I don't know where.
Can I do it now?
I am sorry to have
Right now?
taken so much
Now's
of
the
our
time?
Shall we be off?
So yeah, 1 down, 2 to go. Next up, Charlotte's Orb. Oh yeah, and also like you get a new ability because you
Ooh.
bonded with your dad or something like that.
Nice.
So a new chain ability for Reese. And there it is, the Kind Sphere.
I told my manager the other day because we were talking about like you guys, like you and her boyfriend,
Oh.
and yeah, it was just funny, and she was talking about how like they were talking about getting married and how she didn't want a big wedding, and I was like, yeah, me neither. And she was like, yeah, it's just I don't have a lot of family. I was like, yeah, Ren said that he was gonna Jedi style have a hologram of my parents. I've never seen someone feel so bad while laughing.
It was a joke. I wasn't actually going to do that.
I mean, I'll be kind of disappointed now if you don't.
I don't want people to cringe when I say that, though.
Oh my, no, she thought it was funny.
All right.
It's just one of those things where it's like, ha ha ha. Like, it's funny, but you don't know if it's appropriate to laugh.
Oh, okay. I guess I get that reference. All right, so I'm actually going to go here and turn around. So let's skip ahead to the next bit.
Sure.
Speed up. All right, that little detour out of the way to Flowerburg, Dior.
Woo!
Yeah, I went to the Sanctuary of Mana. I'm just like, this doesn't seem right. Let's get out of here. This is a silly place.
'Tis a silly place to be, but it was exactly where you were supposed to be.
I'll find that out later. For now, adventure! Ho!
Adventure away! That was dramatic.
No, I liked it. It had the little waver in there. Like, there was an old Hercules cartoon, and I'm talking like the era of like the first batch of Superman cartoons, like 1950s,
Okay.
maybe even 40s, where like he'd go off and he'd go, Olympia!
Oh, Lord.
And he'd like charge while doing it. Olympia!
I don't know what it is. I get
And I was
annoyed
like,
when
well-
I get annoyed when old people vibrato when they talk. And I'm just like,
It was just a style from back then.
yeah, I know. But I'm just like, why are you doing that? You're going to hurt yourself.
We had that conversation that like villains of that era would also. Fooled you, He-Man!
Yeah, they had like
I'll have you now!
high-pitched, goofy voices.
Well, I'm pretty sure like they got the same guy for
Yeah.
most of those villains
Yeah.
back then. Like he was just.
I'll
a token
get you,
villain.
Spider-Man. Ah!
He-Man.
I love the Skeletor memes.
I do too.
All
right. So now it's time for Charlotte's Sphere. The Hope Sphere. I've not heard that name in a long time.
Strokes long, luxurious beard.
Ben Kenobi. Not heard that name in a long time. A long time. Do you know? Of course I know him. He's me. There's something so charming about the first Star Wars. It really is like the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Like just a bunch of goofy characters going on another whirlwind adventure.
Yeah.
Which I think that's the reason why I was appealed with. I found Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, Guardians of the Galaxy, appealing. That old ragtag group just going on a wild adventure. There's something infectious about it.
I just think it's
like
nice.
The characters are kind of like ridiculous, but they all come together for a common goal.
Yeah. They're also just like, they're not fit together, but they become fit together.
Yeah. They're not like a team that trained together. They come from different backgrounds.
I don't want to throw my wife away.
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
I'm not gonna throw my wife away.
Well, that tells us a lot, Charlotte.
Get rid of her.
Please, be careful and do not court danger.
What's up?
I was gonna say, Reese looks over at Kevin like, I knew something was amiss with her. She was married the whole time.
Kevin's like, what's married?
I know.
It's when you want to spend the rest of your life with someone. Oh, like Carl.
I'm married to Carl.
I'm married to Carl.
Well.
Goes back home. I'm married to Carl. Dad's like, sometimes I worry about that kid.
I know.
King of Ferolia is just like, oh boy.
His whole character is just one big sigh.
There was a Land Before Time sequel, and like most of them are god awful, but one of them I distinctly remember for having the T-Rexes having subtitles when they communicate.
Oh my god.
And there's this one scene where like their son, I believe his name's Chomper, he's like a baby T-Rex, and he's learning about being friends with the herbivores. So he gathers plants, and the parents are looking, and you just read the subtitles, sometimes I worry about that kid. And just to see a full-grown T-Rex and a mama T-Rex just like having that just sense of like, oh shit, cracked me the hell up. It exceeded far beyond the rest of quality of that movie. It was the golden genius nugget, and I wish it would become like a meme. I got shit to do. I gotta make that a meme. That in the same category of like, that's why. And if I didn't work for the mouse, I'd slap you.
I think that's my favorite one. If I didn't work for the mouse, I'd slap you.
Because it's so relevant to nowadays. Because so many people work under Disney.
Because that was from Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and they went to Disneyland.
That is correct.
And her quizmaster was pretending to work there. If I didn't work for the mouse, I'd slap you.
All right. So with that aside, in the next part, we're going to face the boss that guards Charlotte's sphere.
Ooh.
The post-game continues, puppers.
Toodles.